In a last-ditch effort to save himself from death, Otto Octavius swapped minds with Spider-Man, leaving Peter Parker to die in his place. Taking on Peter's sense of responsibility, Otto carried on his mission as the superior Spider-Man. The Goblin Nation has risen under the superior Spider-Man's nose and has since wreaked chaos across town. Otto discovered that Peter Parker's persona was still alive, buried deep down inside his psyche. Realizing that Peter is truly superior and the only one capable of stopping the Green Goblin's rampage, Otto sacrificed himself by erasing all of his own memories. With Otto's memories gone, Peter Parker is the amazing Spider-Man again. Now it's up to him to save Anna Maria and end the Goblin reign over the city. The issue begins with the Green Goblin unveiling Anna Maria to a chaotic New York City rampaged by the Green Goblin's men. He declares that New York is his, the Goblin Nation. Parker Industries, Spider-Man emerges from the Mindscape device room to a furious Sajani who accuses him of making them a target for the Goblins. Spider-Man realizes that Carly Cooper is almost cured from the Goblin Serum and asks Sajani to make more. She tells Spider-Man that she can only make 2 at this time. Spider-Man brings Cooper into a private room and he explains himself. After a much needed hug from a familiar face, Spider-Man swings off to save the day, but not before calling the one woman that is most dear to him. A surprised Aunt May picks up the phone. Reassured, Spider-Man darts across town, subduing the Goblin men one by one. Alchemex Industries. Tiberius Stone watches on as his Spider Slayers are at a standstill with the Avengers and Spider-Man 2099. He begins to offer the sale of his Spider Slayers at a steep $12 million per unit to a hungry audience that would pay top dollar. Empire State University, a weathered but triumphant Spider-Man 2099 stands amidst the defeated Spider Slayers. Spider-Man enters the scene shocked at the presence of Spider-Man 2099. The disgruntled Spider 2099 grabs Spider-Man by the neck and demands answers for his abandonment. Spider-Man offers him an answer and the two pairs up to begin their attack on Goblin Nation. Midtown. The Avengers and friends are locked in battle with the Spider Slayers and the Hobgoblin, but the two Spider-Men enters the battle to tip the scales. The Hobgoblin imposter retreats, but the Spider-Mans have more urgent matters to attend to. Spider-Man has triangulated the signals guiding the Spider Slayers originating at Oscorp building. The Spider-Mans leave the Avengers to defend the city as they swing off to attack the HQ of the Goblin Nation. While en route, Menace attacks the Spider-Mans from behind as they crash into the Alchemex building. Menace sees an opening and targets Spider 2099. Spider-Man grabs Menace and injects her with a Goblin Serum, which subdues her. Suddenly, the heroes hear Goblin laughter from the other side of the door. As they enter, they see a young boy behind a desk saying, "This has all been for me." Tiberius Stone and Liz Allen, the boy's mother, enters the room. Liz informs everyone that there are explosives wired to the roof and set to explode very soon. Stone activates a spider jammer that hurts and paralyzes Spider-Man. Spider 2099 sees the opportunity and knocks out his grandfather. Spider-Man, cleared from the burdens of civilians, arrives on the rooftop where Anna Maria and Green Goblin awaits. He taunts Spider-Man, but with one quirky backlash, Green Goblin realizes that the original Spider-Man is back. The Goblin bomb activates and he begins to retreat, but Spider-Man gives chase. Spider-Man fails to inject the Goblin with the serum, but instead successfully unmasks him to a face Spider-Man does not recognize. The Goblin says he is Norman Osborn, but he has surgically changed his face to the exec at Alchemex and will change his face again when he needs to in order to achieve his goals. With the Goblin mask gone, the Spiderbots begin their injection of serum into their host. The timer comes to an end and Spider-Man swings in time to save the day and rescue Anna Maria. With his Goblin strength gone, Osborn can no longer control the glider and falls, but is also rescued by Spider-Man. Moments later, Spider-Man, with a subdued Osborn, regroups with Spider 2099 and company. Liz Allen's trigger finger activates a spider jammer that renders Spider-Man useless and giving Osborn the opportunity to disappear. Spider 2099 grabs the jammer as Miss Allen begins to explain how she pressed it by accident. Spider-Man believes her and she walks away with Tiberius Stone and her son, and she whispers, "Mommy and Grandpa did this all for you." Spider 2099 bids farewell for now and takes his leave. Anna Maria asks if Peter Parker is alright. Spider-Man assures her that Parker is fine. Anna breaks down in tears of happiness as paramedics escorts her away. Spider-Man realizes that he couldn't save everyone. Dr. Otto Octavius' body and mind is truly gone. One street over, underground subway station. The escaped Osborn plots his next scheme, but there are differences. He no longer has his goblin strength and healing powers, but the goblin madness is gone as well. Later that day, New York City, Aunt May and company returns to an overjoyed Peter Parker. Jameson Sr. demands answers to Parker's bipolar attitude. Parker hesitates and admits fault for everything but promises to fix it all. Parker introduces Aunt May to Sejani, whom is tasked to reinspect her artificial legs. With a moment of privacy, MJ ends her relationship with Peter. As Peter leaves, Carly Cooper arrives. The two catch up and Carly informs that she will be leaving town to recuperate from her Goblin serum poisoning. Across town, Spider-Man arrives at the Jameson office. He gives Jameson the Spiderbot with the audio tape used to blackmail the mayor. A heated argument ensues between the two rivals. Jameson says that he will resign from the title of mayor to own up to his responsibilities. Spider-Man swings off, but not before telling Jameson to fight and not take the fall for the Goblin Nation. Alone in his office once more, Jameson smashes the Spiderbot and says that he already quit. Jameson marches out of his former office pleased that he won't be dealing with the media and bloodthirsty reporters no more. How's it going, guys? My name is Joey, welcome to Comic Island, and today is the epic conclusion to the Goblin Nation Part 5. Sadly, it's also the end of the Superior Spider-Man issue series. I gotta say thank you to Dan Slott for his wonderful twist to one of our favorite Marvel heroes. I came into issue 1 of Superior Spider-Man very cautiously because I was not a fan of Dr. Otto Octavius, and killing off Spider-Man was huge. But by now, we all should know that no superhero dies for too long. But anyway, Superior Spider-Man had a great run. I have a bittersweet feeling that it ended. I'm glad that we got our Spider-Man back, but I will miss the Superior Spider-Man. I love how Doc Ock took Peter's life and turned it upside down. He made Spider Island and had his own spider army and covered the city with Spiderbots. So I got what I wanted in this issue, Spider-Man and Spider 2099 teaming up to fight the Goblin Nation. I love how Spider-Man gave Spider 2099 a quick explanation and he believes him so fast. So for those who don't know, Spider-Man 2099 is now stuck in our timeline, which was explained back in issues 17 to 19. Miguel O'Hara is Tiberius Stone's grandchild from the future, but Stone doesn't know this, of course. Miguel has placed himself deep in Stone's Alchemax empire to spy on things and make sure Alchemax doesn't do too much harm to ensure that his future is safe. For all you Spider-Man 2099 fans, he will be getting his own title this July. In this issue, Spider-Man manages to explain himself with very few backlash from his friends and family. The only two backlash is from the Jameson family. I love how Jameson Sr. is so pissed about how Aunt May was treated. I also love the relationship between Spider-Man and Jonah Jameson. The more things change, the more things stay the same. Jameson probably hates Spider-Man more than ever now. Speaking about Jameson, he just resigned from his mayor job. Will he return as chief editor for the Daily Bugle? Or maybe he can run for president? If you asked me years ago that Jameson would be mayor of New York, I would say I wouldn't believe you. So I think that he could actually be president one day and have his title taken away from another disaster just like the Goblin Nation. So there is just one thing that I was wondering about, and please tell me if you agree. I thought that when Parker died in Doc Ock's body, the Parker spirit or subconscious died, but a small part of Parker's subconscious lives on in the body. This small subconscious grew and eventually reclaimed his body, but the final issue tells us that Parker's subconscious traveled from Doc Ock's dead body and back into Parker's body. I would much rather that they didn't tell us that fact and let us come to our own conclusion. Sometimes less is more, but that's just me. What do you think? So in the cliffhanger ending, we see Liz Allen saying that the Goblin Nation was all for her son Normie. She also said that it was from her and grandfather. Earlier in the issue, Osborn says that he did all this for his grandchild. We also see that Normie is infected by the Goblin serum, indicated by his devilish laugh. So I love how the Goblin Nation ends, and I love this cliffhanger. This opens the doors for Marvel to present a new future breed of goblins from this boy Normie. Anyway, thank you for watching my review of Superior Spider-Man issue 31. I have been having so much fun making these videos and I love to talk all things comics, so share your thoughts down below. Thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for the return of Peter Parker in Spider-Man.